Whether you're a producer, musician, podcaster, or simply someone who values crystal clear sound, acoustic panels are the way to go. Of course, you can buy ready-made acoustic panels, but making your own DIY acoustic panels can be a cost-effective and rewarding project. These panels work wonders in taming sound reflections and keeping unwanted noise at bay. In this video, I'll guide you through the process of creating your own acoustic panels as I replace the old material with new material, so it ties in with the aesthetics of my studio. By doing this, you'll be able to see how easy you can make your very own acoustic panels. So before you jump into action, measure the space where you plan to hang your acoustic panels. Knowing the dimensions will help you decide how many panels you need and how large they should be. Keep in mind that larger panels are more effective at controlling sound. So I've already tried to take the old batten off just to make it a bit more firm, a bit more secure. But as you've seen earlier, I drilled a hole with a bigger drill piece and it broke off. So I'm just gonna have to make another hole, pilot hole through the batten and then another hole into the wall so that the acoustic panel can sit on top. So I've got a line already from the last time I put the panel on. I'm just going to use a smaller drill bit. Yeah, you can see where I missed out the old, where I painted new. And obviously because the panel was there, I didn't want to take it off. That would have been long. So I've chucked our raw plug in. And all this is doing is just to hold the panel. So there's a gap between the wall and the panel. And this allows for sound waves absorption. It's very technical. You can go online and search it up. When I went uni and learned a little bit about acoustic treatment, having a gap between the wall and the absorption panel helps with waveforms. So let's get that batten screwed in place. Beautiful, just beautiful. Yeah, all good. That looks nice and steady from before. Last time it was a bit too rickety, so now it should be cool. Yeah, let's jump onto the treatment. So I'm going to take the old battens off and remove the old material. This material here is like I think it's calico or something similar, really thin material. And yeah, those battens, like I said, this is going to give nice to the wall and the. So I've actually forgot to get some staples for this, so I'm going to have to pause the video and come back, quickly run to Wilco's before they close it down. Can you believe they're closing down Wilco's? That's a whole nother bad for them. I didn't want to mess around too much with rock wool inside the house, in the studio. It would be easier to do it out here. Ideally, you want to be wearing a mask when you're messing around with rock wool. You don't want all that fiberglass and stuff in your lungs. Staples are strong. Alright, so I've grabbed the mask. I feel a lot better now. Putting that on. So obviously, when you're creating your panels, you're not going to have to do this unless you're doing me and changing them over, changing the material. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my new material exactly the same as this one here. So with the staples that are hanging out, what I'll do is I'll have a try pulling them out with tweezers, pliers. So when you buy your battens, which you can pick up from somewhere like Wix or any type of Home Depot store that sells wood and that. It's going to be long lengths of timber, battens, whatever you want to call them. Then you want to cut them down to the size of your panel. So, get my tape measure. So for my panels, they are 530 width and 700 length. So you need to make sure that your panels are going to fit the space that you're trying to put them in. So to make the frame, I cut 2 pieces 700 long. 700, yeah, 2 pieces. And then the 2 inside pieces are actually 500. So that helps to build the frame. Now the frame is not the strongest. So what I've done is, if you can see, I've tapped some nails in at the top piece, but then I've also got on the inside like a L-shaped bit of metal that I can screw and brace the 2 corners together. So if you can see that. So if you look there, there's the metal holding the 2 sides together. And then the nails going through to secure that, and then you want to put that to make it them 2 pieces of metal. Then you want that L bracket to sit in the corner, so it just pulls it in. And to make sure that it's square, you're gonna need a square. So something like this is perfect. You can put that in your corners, make sure that your corners are good, square, everything's square, you know. And that's how you know that all is good in the hood. So yeah, as I was saying, I wanted to use pliers to get rid of these pliers. Why do I keep calling it pliers? Pliers. Yeah, they are pliers. To get rid of these old staples, the ones that I can't get out, I'll just use the hammer to get rid of them. If you couldn't see in the video earlier, I was talking about making the frame and having your corners secured with the L bracket. You can see it there and there, in the 4 corners, and that should make it a bit more sturdier. So for the rock wall, you can get this from the same place that you buy the timber. It comes in packs, normally bigger than that. It's not that thick. It is actually 1 inch thick. So with that, all you need to do is just cut it so it sits snug inside your frame. So how I cut this bit of rock wall was with a saw. Simple. Just take the saw, making measurements, just cut where you need to, and then it should fit snug into your frame. Try not to have any parts sticking out too much, because when you put your material on, you want it to sit flush, nice and flush and finished. So I've took the material off, took the staples out, and if you was doing this from scratch, the next thing to do is put the material on. So I'm just going to quickly run and get some staples from Wilco's. So give me 2 seconds, I'll be back. Got the frame, got the rock wall cut. Let's cut this material. So I'm going to sit this down there a sec. I want the material to be exactly the same length and width as this original piece, which is 1130 millimeters and 800 millimeters. And the material that I'm using is this lovely grey stuff picked up from Wilco's, I'm lying, from Amazon. I need to double check my staples, make sure they're the right size. Moment of truth, because if they don't fit, then all this is for nothing. I mean, yeah, they're cool. A little bit smaller than the other ones, so it should be good to go. Yeah, lovely. So what did I say? the width 800, and then the length right with, remember, measure twice, cut once, where you don't make no mistakes, and get rid of this because it's got all rock wool on. It's messing up my shorts and stuff. Material serves its purpose. Time to say bye bye. You can tell I like grey in it. Let's make sure this is 800 wide. It's 900. So I could just cut where that seam is, where that line is. That way I can keep it straight. And then 1140. So yeah, scissors are rubbish. Try these scissors, see if they are any better. Scissors are rubbish. Yeah, that's better, sharp. Smallest out of the lot. And the most damage. Right, so got the width. Double check that, make sure it's okay. Yeah, 800, find that to be perfect. And then it's like 1140 wide, long. There's a seam there that I can just kind of use as a guide. And this material that I'm using is cotton fabric, breathable. That's what you want to use. You want something that's breathable. So you can breathe in and out of it. And it should be good for the cotton to absorb. What I want to do is iron these creases out before I actually staple it to the frame. And starch and press. Should be good to go. Choose which side I want. Look a bit. Cut it to short. And in the middle. That should now join in the middle. Like so. I'm going to put it tight as well. Tight. Let's work our way around. So pull it tight. Nice finish. I feel like I can get it tighter than that. So I figured it's way easier to take the rock wool out first, and you can see if you've got any parts in there that needs pulling or flattening down. Any lumps in there, and this looks all flat, you can pull it tight. You know, like air bubbles when you're doing a screen protector, you don't want that. So you just pull it tight, make sure it's all good, and then so what I want to do is just staple that side down so we're tight. And I'll probably staple that side as well, then put the rock wool in And then yeah, hopefully it should all be nice and tight. You can figure out that corner afterwards. So you just want to be pulling it, the material. If we do this side as well, should be right. The tighter you pull the material, the cleaner it looks on the edges. Spaces in between, like 20mm, 30mm spaces. You can do more or less if you want, it's entirely up to you. I'm just gonna go 20, 30. And the reason why we're doing it on the back side as well, so we don't have staples on the outside, that would look wrong. Clean finish is what we're after. So that's how we're looking so far. Quite tight. I managed to take the staples out from the bad side. Actually, there's one down here, it don't matter too much. Might have a little play there, but I ain't even stapled that side yet. So I can pull that nice and tight, get rid of that sag. Corners can be tricky, but just have to wrap it in a way where it just looks clean. I'll show you afterwards because you can't see it from here. Nice and tight, man. Look, bouncy. And in one part there, well, I forgot to put the staple, take the staple out, but other than that, sweet. Get that rock wall put back in. And then we can close it up. We're done, job done. The back doesn't matter too much because you're not going to see that. Just as long as you've got your corners sorted. You'll understand what I mean when I show you. Kind of just tucking the corners in and making sure it's pretty. This one's giving me problems though. Actually, I've got it. Lovely. Next corner. And after that I can just finish it off. Tuck the rest of that in. Can pull it tight as well, just to give it an even finish. It's a bit messy. Staple into the wall. That's not the right time. Yeah, looking good. Put it back where we had it in that other spot, and then I've got another one to do. But I'm not going to record that and show you. Battens. Put the battens back on. If I remember correct. Yeah, got my pilot holes already done. Happy with that. So that's going to be the bottom. And that's going to be the top. And I'm just going to do it by eye, roughly in the middle of the panel. And that will be sitting flush with the top of the... Wait, man. Flush with the top of the panel. You could just use a hand screwdriver, because this might be too much, too forceful, if you don't know what you're doing. All right, so we've done that. Acoustic panel sorted, ready to go back onto the wall. So I've already recorded myself putting up the panels from a different angle, but I didn't like the way that it looks. So I'm going to show you from this angle, because I'm going to replace these two panels. So let's do it. So I can't get this. Oh wow. I'm gonna need a little screwdriver now, ain't I? That's gonna take too long. So what I've done is just removed this little bit of acoustic treatment just by pulling it out. Simple to do, and I've took that one off. You can see it's a complete mess, which the panels is amazing for hiding stuff that you don't want to be seen. Once I take this panel off, I'm going to remove the old material like I did in with the first one, and then put them back on. So it looks. So both panels done, ready to go back onto the wall. 1 and 2, looking nice and clean, fresh. And as you can guess, the second one I done it a lot quicker, a lot faster. It's like, you know, when you make an omelette, the first one comes out a bit weird, and the second one's just, yeah. Well, that was the case with these panels. The finish seems cool, and these two might need a little hoovering to get some of that dust and stuff off. Could have been a bit tighter. Well, it's fine. Nothing's perfect. Let's make sure that's in the middle. We should be good to go. Then I can just put. Seems like there's a bigger gap that side than there is that side. So it looks like it's not in the middle of the wall. I feel like it needs to go that side some more. But when I get a tape measure, make sure that it's in the middle. If you're wondering what this is the glue from where this used to be. And this is a diffuser that I've decided to put up higher because it was getting knocked and stuff by everyone that was walking through trying to get to the garden. And I feel like it looks better up there as well. If you're looking to get one of these diffusers, it's from Tommen. The links are in the description, and all the materials that I've used today in today's video in the description. Affiliate links, but yeah, it's just to support the channel if you do decide to use them. So I want to make sure that this is in the middle like it was last time. I think this might be slightly bent, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's just slightly. I ain't gonna change it, because if I do that, then I've got to drill some more holes, and nah, not today. Not doing that. So this piece of material here is, I'm not liking how it's looks a bit ruffled at the top. If you can see, it looks a bit ruffled there. I don't like that. I don't like how that looks. So, and I know it's gonna bug me after a while if I don't change it now. So I'm gonna quickly staple it. And some measure. Make sure it's in the middle. So we've got between that and that is 1200. So I want 600 in the middle. Yeah, I've already got a line there. So let's go with that. Might leave a slight gap in there this time. Just slight. And I like how that is looking. Bit knobbly there. I think that's where the rock wall was a bit mismatch. But yeah, that's the panels, peeps. That's how you create your own acoustic panels. So now, fix these back on. Why does that look slanted? Yeah, I like it with the little gap in there. I think that looks cool. And I probably could get some lights behind it or something. Yeah, the gap's cool, I like that. If that's the case, and it's gonna lift out like that, then what I'm gonna do is just hopefully put a screw in that one. I don't want that, it's gonna bug me. Yeah. Yeah. Better. If I can get it out. Pushing out on the other side or something while it's doing that. But I would change, so what I do is, for now, I'll leave them long screws in. I think they're like 50mm screws, so when I come to change it, I'll probably put like 30mm screws, because I feel like it's pushing against the wall or something's causing it to push out. But the way that it is now, it's cool. Can run with that. So you create your own acoustic panels. I've listed the materials that you need. I've listed the tools that you're going to need to use, and showing you how to build them. So now you can just take this info, build your own in your own studio, your own space, and get it to look how you want it to look with all the different colors and stuff like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. Hit the like button if you have, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, because it helps the channel in more ways than I can explain to you. So I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching.